For many studying here, this recipe kit, along with 3 free meals a week, makes a difference between breaking even and not. Buckinghamshire New University is among the 1 in 4 now running a food bank, with crippling grocery, energy and rent costs squeezing students more than ever.
A lot of students are now, couch surfing, and that's going to have a real effect on their studies, like a massive effect on their studies, because if you've got no stability at home, then what else is there really? So it's hard, especially when students come into your office and they're crying, and so.
Does that happen a lot?
Yeah.
These students work up to 3 days a week to make ends meet. Their maintenance loans only just cover their rent. For anything else, they have to find the cash themselves.
I'm quite fortunate to take home food from my job when it all goes to waste at the end of the day. But sometimes I worry about rent because, for example, I did not have enough shifts to cover me for the whole month. So that, on top of living and everything else, it just runs you down.
How many days a week are you working?
Honestly, as much as I can. Like, if I have some free time, then I'm pretty much going to be working, so.
As much as my parents are supportive, I was on the phone with them all the time, stressing about I can't pay for my laundry or I can't pay for my grocery shop this week and things like that. And they can do what they can, but they also work and they also live in the same situation with the cost of living crisis. So you don't really want to nag them because you're at an age now where it's also you're supposed to be doing it on your own.
According to Save the Student, the average student's monthly living costs have increased by 17% this year, up from £924 to £1,078. That's more than double the average maintenance loan. Maximum maintenance loans are going up this academic year. In Wales by 9.4%, in Scotland between 11.1% and 17.6%, but in England by 2.8%, which is well below inflation.
We've known this was coming. We've seen the signs. We've supported students for decades, really, who have experienced these difficulties, but it's become far more acute. Nationally, we see that students from disadvantaged backgrounds are more likely to drop out of university, so it's an incredible frustration for universities like ours that we're not getting more government support to really create real social mobility.
The Department for Education told us,
"We're supporting universities to help students who are struggling financially by making £276 million available this academic year, which institutions can use to top up their own hardship schemes. This is on top of increases to student loans and grants."
That fund, which is for England only, is smaller than it has been over the past 5 years. And while the number of students receiving hardship funding has risen over the last year, the amount per student has shrunk. With high inflation and record rents, the budgeting that characterises university life has for many become almost impossible.